Hello there, my name is Alexo. About a year ago I released a video where I reviewed and gave my opinions on various magic DVDs and VHS tapes relating to the subject of dove magic. And I still stand by my opinions I gave in that review, except maybe I was a little too harsh to Unmask Volume 1, the first Tony Clark DVD. But other than that, I still hold the same opinions. Yeah, you can hear them right now. Be quiet. But one thing I felt bad about was I left several Dove DVDs out of that review simply for the fact that I just didn't have them at the time. And so I always wanted to go back and make a sequel to that, but for a couple of reasons, personal and financial, I just wasn't able to get to it. And I considered doing this one really, going back and doing it sort of angry nerdy or nostalgia critic-y, but I figure I'd rather just give my opinions and give you the straight dope on what I think about them so there's no misinterpretations of what I think about them. Okay, the first one up is, yeah, these are, a lot of them are what are called lecture DVDs, and as a result of that a lot of them have really minimalistic packaging, but do not fear because you can't judge a book by its cover, and this is no different. This one is The Art of Dove Stealin' by Victor and Diamond, and this one is really, really good. It's shot at a bunch of different magic lectures and magic conventions that they attended, so while you're watching it, it kind of feels like you're watching a live, you're actually attending a magic lecture, a good magic lecture, Victor is a really cool guy, and he knows a lot about what he's doing, and has a lot of good technical information to give you about doves, and you're going to find a lot of things that flat out aren't in any other of the DVDs. I don't know if you can still get this. How I got it was I just sent Victor an email and said, do you have any more of these? And he said, sure. That's how I got mine. If you can find it on eBay or wherever, I do recommend this one. I like it. Over here is the only VHS I've collected since then. The Beginner's Guide to Dove Magic by Dwayne Fields. This one I unfortunately can't recommend, and here's a few reasons why. This one is really, really extreme beginner, really, really low-level beginner magic. And based on that, he teaches a few things which I don't really recommend teaching to a novice dove magician. For example, there's a certain thing that dove magicians use to create certain effects, like the dove from Balloon, the dove split, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to give any more clues as to what it is based on that. But to teach that at this level is kind of irresponsible, and the way he teaches it is really kind of bare bones, technique, and it's not that good. And also he says a few things about showmanship that I sincerely disagree with, like he talks about using boredom as, waiting for the audience to get bored before you do the dirty wick, which I don't agree with. I agree with the Slidini approach. If you know what that is, good for you. If you don't know what it is, look it up. But I'm not criticizing Dwayne Fields as a magician or a person, because he seems like a really nice guy, but this is just about the product, and I cannot recommend the product. So don't recommend this one. Next guy up on the list is Ice McDonald. He has 3 DVDs. I'm holding 2 right now, but I'll explain myself in a little bit. I Dove You Truly and I Dove You Truly 2. This, I believe, both of them were released in the early 90s, and they're pretty good DVDs on their own right, but Ice has officially retired these 2 and has stopped selling them, and has combined them both with some new information in this one, Dove Wisdom. So kind of think of it as the I Dove You Truly Special Edition, with THX certified sound or whatever. And this is a good one. I do recommend this one. It teaches a lot of good practical information, a lot of good techniques that you're not going to find anywhere else. A good way to describe this one is, it's kind of weird, but if you stick with it, you're going to find something really intriguing and really worthwhile, which actually is not that far off a description from Ice McDonald himself. So, recommend that one. Next guy up is Amos Levkovich. 2 DVDs. Dove Tales and Just Do It. I believe this DVD was released as a companion DVD for the Complete Dove Workers Kit, which he sells on his site. The first one, Dove Tales, deals with no magic technique whatsoever, but in the caring, housing, training, and just overall treatment of the birds. Amos is one of those guys where the doves really seem to love him. Like, for example, he ends his routine by making the doves vanish, and then they appear at the back of the theater, and they fly up and land on his outstretched hands, and he kind of looks like a scarecrow with the crows hanging off of them. And to do that, you have to work a lot with your doves, and that takes a lot of time and a lot of care. And I do recommend the first one, Dovetails. Just do it. Unfortunately, I can't really recommend that one on its own. With the additional stuff, I can recommend it, but on its own, it's a little pricey, and it's kind of repeated in the other DVDs. There are one or two things that you're not going to find anywhere else, but if you can afford it, check it out. If not, that's when you can pass off. I feel really bad about saying that because Amos was really nice to me and wanted to make sure I got my thing, and I like Dovetails, but I can't recommend. If you're on a budget, I can't recommend Just Do It. I'll just put it that way. Next up, two of them. Secrets of Bird Magic by Dave Womack. I don't know if these are going to be around for that long, but I do recommend them. In addition to some good dove techniques, he teaches a lot of good techniques and a lot of the technical information that how he handles it is not shown in anywhere else. But it's also, he talks a bit about magic with parakeets and parrots. And I appreciate the information, and I like knowing the information, even though I never intend to get parakeets or parrots because I don't particularly like parakeets and parrots. You know, I like my doves. They're peaceful, they're cute, they're just the right size and the right level of care for me, but I have no intention of ever getting parrots or parakeets in the future. But I'm an eternal student, and I like knowing what to do if I decided to go that way. And based on that, he's actually really, really generous with the secrets in this one. So if you can find this one, I like it. Recommend it. Check it out. Those are those ones, and now we got the two big kahunas right now. The Greg Fruin Complete Course in Dove Magic. This one is the most expensive on the list, but it is worth its weight in gold. It's 3 volumes. Check them out. 3 volumes. And a good alternate name for this one is Everything You Want to Know About Dove Magic But Were Afraid to Ask, because he goes over everything. You know, technical-wise, performance-wise, care-wise, he leaves no stone unturned. He turned me on. This is the one that introduced me to Foy's Pigeon Supplies, which is a great resource for various things in the care of doves and the care of animals in general. See, it's got their seal of approval. Shut up. And technique-wise, you're going to find a lot of really good information and a lot of good stuff in here. This is an investment, and if you can get this, get it. It is great. That's that one, and now the big kahuna, another big kahuna actually. James Demare, the Dove Whisperer. This is a unique species among this list because the format of this is not the typical, you know, teach a trick then explain the method type thing. He teaches a few really good techniques. In fact, there are techniques that Channing Pollock did, who is a god, and one that Shimada did, he was also a god. And those are really good. He teaches really good information about traveling with the birds, which will probably be outdated in a year because that's just them's the breaks with traveling with them. It changes. But what makes this one really worthwhile are the rants. Whoo boy. Let's just say, if you've done, like, James Demare is a man who does not pull punches, and he calls spades spades and spades, and if he has an opinion, he's gonna say it. And chances are, if you've been in Dove Magic for a while, you've probably violated one or two of his rules. So, watching it, you're gonna squirm in your seat a little bit. But one or two things are just opinions, and that's just harsh and mellow. I don't want to get into it right now. But a lot of it is legitimate gripes with the way a lot of Dove Magic is presented. You know, he's right, the Dove from Balloon is a terrible effect, and a few other things, but I don't want to give too much away right now. But good DVD. The guy knows what he's talking about, and he's really passionate about it, so he's a little unfocused and jumps around a little bit, but that's part of the fun. So get this one, watch it, just brace yourself. And there was another one that I have, but I left off the what was it? Fielding West Comedy Magic DVD. There's only one death effect in there, but it's good. The Wings of Warsaw production. If you want to learn that one, check it out. And I'm aware that there are a few that I don't have, but I've only heard of them through forums from people who have like copies of them. One of them I heard about was one called Technicolor Dubs, but I have no idea where to get it. And there's probably several others put up by various magicians in their lectures that I probably will never find or get. But if you have information on where to get any of them, or if there's a new one, let me know. If you want me to give my opinion of it, I will. Those are my opinions for now. That's my collection for now. There's probably going to be a lot more in the future. I hope you didn't find this one too boring. And if you have any other questions, just let me know. My name is Alexo, and I hope you enjoyed my show.